David, a really tough afternoon here at New Lawn against Newport County. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I think first of all, I think me particularly need to apologise to the fans who turned up today, because that's not acceptable. Like, it was probably about as bad as I would imagine we'd ever get. I think we obviously conceded a goal after 10 seconds through a header over the top of us, and then another one down the side. And I think once you give teams those types of goals, then I think it's an uphill task. And then even in the periods where we had little bits of possession, like there was a spell in the first half where we got into dangerous areas, we're still not picking people out. And at the other end they are, even from the corner, like they put a corner in, they miss it to the far post, and we put 6 corners in, and you know, they're going out the back post. And it's, at the moment we have to do better, and it's me, it's not the players, it's me. We have to train harder with more detail, and I pick the team, so I have to pick a team that as we get a couple back, that can represent the club properly, and that wasn't today. So really my biggest one is a big sorry to the fans, because that's not acceptable.
I mean, that start, it couldn't have been any worse really, but it should have come early enough for a reaction really, shouldn't it? But apart from a period between 10 and 20 minutes, there wasn't much of one.
No, that's the biggest disappointment today, is you think, you know, we thought we've been playing okay recently, and obviously we haven't won many, but we thought it was coming. And then you look at that today, and obviously we scratch our heads at the moment about, like, where do you go with a couple of players that didn't show any life? Like, you can make mistakes, we all make mistakes, but I think you have to come with an energy, and that's for me to sort out. That's not anybody else.
You say that, you know, you're almost taking responsibility for today, but can you put your finger on why such a drop off from Tuesday night compared to today?
Without wanting to make excuses, yeah, probably, but I keep that in the dressing room. I obviously didn't prepare them properly today. It has to be the only way. I had the team up, so it's my responsibility, it's nobody else's.
At half time, 2 goals down, but you know, still ways back into the game. What did you say to them?
So we showed them some clips of, like, where there was huge spaces. So I'll be honest, with the front two, split their 2 centre backs. We had about 3 clips where they're probably the penalty width apart, but nobody made any forward runs, and I didn't think we made any forward runs second half. I think we bring on Troy Deeney, who you can see can drop the ball down, and Matty Taylor can drop the ball down, and we didn't run off him, and we didn't get the ball into him. It was all a bit safe and around the outside, and it's probably a common theme that I've noticed in a couple of games now, is that, you know, like, we have to stress the opponents, and they didn't look under any stress at any real point, bar maybe a 10-minute period in the first half. So what's been really obvious in these first 5 games is clearly what we need to work on. And we've got a week this week to work on it, and we need to try and put a team out next week that is capable of representing the club properly, and that's my job.
Just finally, David, Troy Deeney did come on for his debut about half hour or so. What did you make of him?
Yeah, you can see his quality. I mean, it's hard for him because we never got the ball into him. I mean, ideally, really, he's done 2 days of training, so ideally it was only going to be 10 minutes, but obviously we're trying to chase the game and make something happen, and he'll be a really big player for us. I could see a couple of moments that he's a class above in terms of a player, and I thought he's brilliant on the bench, trying to encourage and get him going. I think he might bring some personality that we're drastically missing in the moment in the dressing room.